There we go. The stream is live. Oh my goodness. Can you believe it, y'all? It's Monday night somewhere out right here in Washington, D.C.
I'm in
In
LA.
She's in LA. Can I tell you all? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I know folks are joining live. Folks are jumping in this stream. Listen, if you're on Facebook Live or Instagram Live, go ahead and tell the world, tell the world, tell the world, tell the world. Because I'm here with the legend. I'm here with the legend. I'm here with the one and only. Listen, I'm Shavon Arline-Bradley. Welcome to Black Media Monday. This has become my favorite part of Monday. I am the president and CEO of NCNW, the National Council of Negro Women. Y'all are already starting to text. I see it. I see y'all. Yes, yes, yes. Love everybody. And listen, welcome to this new show that is allowing us to bring live audiences to what I call Black excellence in media. I'm excited because some of our country's finest in Black media are sharing their insights and strategies, highlighting the importance of the Black press. I call it the Underground Railroad of Black America. Don't tell them you heard it first here. This is the Underground Railroad of Black America. And listen, the Black press is telling our stories. And so every other Monday, first and third Mondays, we are hosting Black Media Monday. With this country's experience right now, we're seeing a lot of disinformation and misinformation. Our community needs trusted sources. We know that the Black voice and the Black press are synonymous together. And tonight, I got an honorable leader who is here. And we are blessed to bring this Black girl magic to the world. I want to introduce to you someone who I can say is a wife, come on, somebody, is a wife, is a mother. Now, you may know her as White House correspondent, MSNBC political analyst, DC bureau chief for Black Press USA, author and speaker. You may also know her as the only, come on, church, the only Black female reporter covering urban issues from the White House, a position she has had for, listen, over 28 years. Since the Clinton era. She is one of only 4 African Americans to serve on the prestigious White House Correspondents Association in its 100-year history. In 2015, because I was there, she was nominated for an NAACP Image Award for Outstanding Literary Work, debut author for her book. And in 2016, somebody said she received the Bethune Trailblazer Award from the National Council of Negro Women. I want to just say her name, Alexis Herman. We shot you out tonight. We love you. We remember that award. And in 2017, this fine sister was the Journalist of the Year for the National Association of Black Journalists. You all know we had Aaron on our first show. This Baltimore native, Morgan State University graduate, come on, Bears. She is the one and only mother to Ryan and Grace.
Yes.
The April Ryan. Good evening.
I'm sitting up here in this hotel room in Los Angeles, getting ready to catch the red eye back to the East Coast, and it's raining.
Come on.
Got chills.
Come on.
You.
Let me tell you something. First of all, it's an honor to say I know you, but it's more of an honor to see you in your God appointed moment.
Ooh.
And I just want to offer that, one, saying yes to us is a blessing for me because we get to see Black media excellence,
Thank you.
the one and only April Ryan,
You make
on this platform tonight. Don't fall out. Yeah, I got so much for you tonight.
girl, because I'm like, wait a minute. I mean, you get me at go, right? Tonight. I'm like, no, but seriously. No, it's an honor to be with you. And I just remembered who I was talking to. And you said exactly, I think, when things are in repetition,
Yeah.
It means that you're supposed to hear it and
Come
embrace it,
on.
engage with it. And you said, "This is a ministry." And a friend of mine said, "Don't let all that other stuff derail you because you were put here for a mission."
Yeah.
And this was after she saw, it's a friend of mine I grew up with in church.
Come on.
One of our sorors, she's
Alright.
now when we were kids in church, it's like we remember being kids now. "You're an icon. No, you're a doctor." It's like, what's going on? But she told me that after she watched that event I did last Monday
Mhm.
at Politics and Prose, the Race in America series,
Yep.
that thing is moving for times such as this.
Come on.
And I've been doing it for 10 years. And sometimes when you do it in times of comfort, people are like, "Oh, yeah, yeah." But in a time of distress,
When we need it.
uncertainty, and
When
for
you need it.
people to speak their minds,
Yep.
for Black authors, Black shift changers, or
Come
shift
on.
makers,
Yeah.
Jones, Don Lemon, Dr. Ben Chavis, and
Say
myself,
their
Black
names.
authors, to speak about the history that they're trying to erase in a white setting.
Come on.
Because, when we talk amongst ourselves, we're the choir, but we need the allies to come in to understand what the
Mhm.
issues, because sometimes they're confused. Well, what does that mean? We gave it plain that night. They understood. There's anger, there's hurt,
Yes,
there's
there is.
resentment, but there is a fight in a different way. We don't have to be standing with you out there for the No King's Day. We know he's not a king, but we are trying to rally and gather so we are not on the menu. So we are not the ones being taken into custody and shipped off to Uganda and Sudan.
Please give the people the truth. Look, the chat is already blowing up. I see folks online saying a note. You got my uncle's even logged in. Listen, you got the brothers coming in. I see people from New Jersey. Come on, State of Maryland Coalition just logged in.
And let me tell you, and I want to give you this too.
Come on.
Um, my late mother, who's been gone
Yeah,
for about 18 years,
yeah.
taught on Morgan State University's campus. And for 42 and a half years, she worked with those students on that campus. She worked in the Office of Student Activities. She worked with
Mhm.
the D9 as,
Yes.
as bringing many people on, but she also worked with a lot of organizations. Morgan, when she was there, had a very strong NCNW. And that's where I learned those
Woo!
college campus, uh, chat.
Fastest growing
Oh
group
my,
in NCNW are the collegiate sections.
that's what I'm saying.
And
The new generation.
come on. And you know what the beauty of this? Now, look, I gotta do these shout outs because April Ryan, you brought the people out tonight. Alameda, California, Atlanta, Georgia, Northern Cal,
Baltimore, hey
sister from
people.
Baltimore. I see
Yes.
Greenville, South Carolina is in
Come
the
on,
house.
Greenville.
Come on. You got the people
Tell
out
everybody
in
to join it because this is a family chat. This is
it's a
a
family chat.
girlfriend chat. This
You're
is,
about to see the shenanigans that we really
yeah.
do.
We
But I
talk
wanna
about Jamaica.
but we can't tell them everything, but we
I
need to
know,
talk
but
about
but
the importance of the
yeah,
experience in Jamaica.
yes.
I wanna bring that up in our conversation, but I wanna do a serious thing right now.
Wait a
Brothers and
minute.
sisters that
Before you
are
do that, somebody
sure.
brought up my late mother's name. They said Mrs. V. Ryan. My mother was Vivian
Oh,
Ryan,
let's say
was
her
one of
name.
4 MSU chapter advisors. Thank you for saying my mother's name.
Come
I
on,
still miss
Morgan
her.
State,
Thank you.
shouting it out.
Who was that?
Who was
A
that? Who was that in the chat?
A Hawk 1977. Thank
Um,
you, A Hawk 1977.
hey, we
Yes, I'm a
appreciate
Morgan Bear.
you.
Wow.
Come on,
Thank
no, those Bears are in the building. I see Southern Jersey, that's my hometown, my South Jersey family. They are in the building. My
you.
besties
Hey,
are on. Listen,
Jersey.
you bringing out all of the people tonight, and I want to just give you your props because
No.
we gave the intro in the beginning, but I wanna really deal with why we're doing this. Black Media Monday. I'm gonna tell you something, April Ryan. You blessed me, so the world knows. I shared this with her. I said, April, I really want to do something different that allows Black people to see who are the people you should follow, right? Where are the platforms? Who are the institutions that you should be hearing from? And let me just offer this. I see you, Darlene. I see you, Texas in the house. April Ryan, I want to say this publicly, has been one of the most consistent voices
Mhm.
of Black issues, the Black community in this country represent the White House. And we're gonna be talking to a lot of journalists as we do this process, but I had to start with you on the journalist side. We had NABJ, of course, is the institution, and
Yes.
now we have the longest serving Black woman White House correspondent in the world. So I gotta
Black
ask you the first
woman,
question.
period. Not just period. The
Just
black
period.
person, period.
Period.
Righteous woman, yeah,
I
period.
love that. I love that. And look, you got a foot top ladies of distinction. Hey, top ladies. April Ryan, I'm gonna have you on every week. That's what we got to do.
And
You bringing everybody out.
I'ma
You
try
bring
you tell
everybody out.
because Hey Karen, cousin Karen's on Hey Cousin, and let me
Hey,
tell
cousin Karen, I love you. I love you. So let me
I
ask
know
you the
you do,
first
and
question.
that's my cousin by marriage, but she kinda makes me jealous. She said, "Oh, no, I'm when there was time for y'all to take pictures, I said, "Oh, you getting over there with," and she said, "No." I said, "What?"
Family.
She said, I said, "Okay, family." I said, "All right." I said, "It's all right for you to be family with Shavon for this night, but that's okay." But anyway,
Let me ask you the first question. We're about to go off the hinges. I can see where this is going.
yeah.
What made you want to be a journalist, right? I mean, I just because there's a lot of people don't really know that story. What is that? What's your story?
Well, my story is, I came from a family that was very much entrenched in what was happening.
Yeah.
My mother, again, worked on a college campus, a Black college campus, an HBCU. So she was very ahead of the time. She was under Kwanzaa before we were really talking about Kwanzaa. She was saying Kuji Chagalia,
Cootie
and I said,
Chagalia.
"What are you talking about?" And then so, and she would tell me, "We have to just," before it became like fashionable to be that. She was into recycling before it was fashionable. And I'm like, she said,
Wow.
"What are we recycling, mommy? This is before they made the blue cans, right?" She says, "Because I want my children to have an earth." I said, "Lord have mercy." And she was absolutely right. My father would watch the news. Um,
Mm.
he'd go to work and come home, sit in the couch. My mother would cook, watching Walter Cronkite. I said, "Daddy, why
Wow.
are you watching the news?" He said, "Because I want to," you don't tell a 9-year-old this, "because I want to know when the world comes to an end." Instead of running from it, I ran.
Mm. Ran
We
to it.
Yeah, I ran to it. We were that family that had, the transistor AM radio in the morning, always listening to news in the car, etcetera, in the house. So news was something there, but I wanted to be a DJ when I went to Morton.
Really?
And I said, "Something is missing. It's time and temp." I remember Sade, Is It a Crime? I would, do all that WEAA-FM. Sade, Is It a Crime at 9:09. Here we go. It's April Ryan, your girl. I would do all that. So I said, "Something
Come on, Quiet Storm.
yes, Quiet Storm." Yeah, so I do all that kind of stuff. But I said something was missing. And I said, "I want to inform." And guess who was my first program director at WEAA at Morgan State?
What was that?
Kwesi and Fume.
Oh,
Yep.
through. Wow.
So, wow, it's crazy. Only at an HBCU would you be able to get that well-rounded education that
Mhm.
people think we don't get. And the kinds of people
Mhm.
that come through. My mother used to bring people like Cornell West years ago, decades ago.
Wow.
Different kinds of people that I learned to watch. I mean, we had Jesse Norman, opera diva. Yes,
Opera diva.
yes, we had all those kinds of people coming to Morgan State, and I would sit front row and just watch and listen. It was I wanted to learn, not just music, not just politics. I wanted to be a sponge.
Yeah.
And now I'm still a sponge because I'll call you, "What's going on?"
What's this?
Yeah, yeah, "What's this?" And you help shape, "Okay, this is how I'm looking at it." And I may call another person, "What's going on?" And they may say this. And what I do is find the baseline.
Mhm.
And then, because everyone has a story, but I find the baseline and then report from there. And then if you want to give me that extra, we'll put that in. But
Mhm.
that's where I come from. And I'm still learning. I feel that right now we're in college. We are studying for a master's in Trumpology.
Come on. It's a class.
It's a class that I don't want to take, but I'm gonna ace it. I
Come
think I
on,
aced it the first time. I'm not gonna fail this one because too much is at stake with this. Too much is riding on this.
yeah, and I think you're getting into my next question, which really is about your perspective over the last 28 years. Have you ever seen anything like this?
Ugh.
And did your time, right, as you were in the White House, did that work prepare you for what we're facing right now?
So you know this, in any White House, there's always a pushback. If they don't like certain things, they'll push
Yeah,
back, or there'll be
definitely.
some kind of retaliation, but never like this.
Right.
It could be even in a friendly White House. Sometimes they may not like certain things, and especially when you're somebody they don't know which way you're coming from. They're like, "Oh boy, here she comes." But you still do your job. But this is something foreign to my nature. This
Okay.
is foreign to all of our nature.
Yep.
This is something that's deadly. This is something that is not normal, and I'm just gonna put it there. Um, I'm here in Los Angeles because I'm teaching a class at USC, the University of Southern California,
Mhm.
basically on, compare and contrast with independent media and mainstream media or traditional media.
Right.
And I had today was my last class, and I had today Mike McCurry, my
Mm.
first press secretary that I ever covered at the White House in Bill Clinton's time. And he said, what used to be is not today, and there's going
Yeah.
to have to be a concerted attempt to bring it back. We will never get back what used to be. Donald Trump has
Wow.
changed the body politic. There used to be a time when people from different parties would have lunch together, and
Yes.
talk. It's not happening now. Let me give you an example. One of our
Please.
sorors from Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated,
All
uh,
right.
Donna Brazil.
Yes.
Donna Brazil, during Hurricane Katrina, I know many of the viewers on here are wise enough to remember um, Hurricane Katrina.
2005. 20 years ago.
Right. Donna Brazile, a Democrat, but Republicans were in office. It was George W. Bush.
Right.
NOLA, her home. She's not only
Mhm.
a Democratic strategist, but she also was working for the people who were impacted. She would talk to Karl Rove. She's going to Dick Cheney's funeral because he helped. I mean, it was a slow roll. And what the quagmire was the fact the states' rights things. The state
Yeah.
is supposed to do something instead of the federal government just jumping in with something as horrific as that.
Mhm.
If you guys don't remember, they were calling black folks refugees. Black folks
Yes, they were.
we refugees in our own country. What is that? We are
Craziness.
because of this, the color of our skin. And we were on top of rooftops screaming for help. Never seen nothing like that before. And she stepped in and she talked to Republicans. You don't see that today.
Mhm.
And look, what's happening in Jamaica? We talked about that at the top and we joked about it a little bit, but we had the blessing to share some spirit together in Jamaica
We did.
this summer on August 1. Matter
Yeah.
of fact, on their Independence Day, for our cousins, um, for
Come on,
or
town
family,
family. Love y'all.
yeah, for their wedding anniversary. We loved that place. That place, it was hot as HE double hockey sticks, but that place loved us and we loved it. It was so spiritual. And yet to see what's happening now, no help.
No support.
No, none from a federal government. And these are black folks who are dying, crying out. And let me tell you, one of the reasons why help is not coming from the United States like it's supposed to, which you're not hearing, is because USAID has been abolished. And the
Gutted.
military, right. And I'm working on this story. I did an initial story. I did this, it said a week, a week after, it's still dire need in Jamaica. And that was a
Mhm.
couple of weeks ago. And I'm getting ready to do another one. And then also the US military
Yeah.
is situated to fight the Caribbean. They're not down there to help. So the military is in a whole different posture right now.
Mm.
So it's the
Mm.
UN that's leading this effort. And
Yeah.
there are a lot of places as of last week that still had not really received the help that they need. So this is out of control. So I don't know.
I think, what's interesting and, we lost April's camera, but let's get her back on,
I'm
uh,
here.
the camera. We lost her picture, but, I think we can still hear her,
I'm
though.
still here though. I see.
Okay. We're not gonna stop. We're gonna keep it going.
And someone said, yeah, exactly.
There
USAID
she
is
is.
not here. I am. And then someone said, we need help in this. I'm so disgusted. And that's what, when mainstream is not covering it, that's,
That's why we need the black press.
yes.
So I wanna level set that because you've been talking about this. W You are now with Black Press USA. I wanna shout that out right now.
And I'm also the host of on Substack, Independent Media,
Okay.
Tea with April, you've been on. So I'm doing several things in this time. And thank you, Black Press USA, for allowing me to do both.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, what's
What's the role of the black press when it comes to a free society? Because we've been talking about the kind of consistent spectrum. We're going from one end to another. So what's the role of the black press right now when you think about a free society?
What's the role in the black press in a free society? Are we free?
Come on. Uh-oh. Ask the question.
So, what is the role of the black press in a free society? To point out the loss of
Mhm.
freedom, to
Come
point
on.
out the fact that there has been a rollback in affirmative action, to point out that there is now at the US Supreme Court a decision that could be made way early before the June deadline on
Absolutely.
Louisiana versus Calais on Section 2
Section
of
2 of the
the
Voting Rights.
Voting Rights Act, and we could possibly lose that. We will be voting without protections of the Voting
Mhm.
Rights Act if what we believe is going to happen. They're going to gut it. Section 2 deals with redistricting, and it's all
Really.
about this second black voting district
Mhm.
in Louisiana.
Yep.
It's all about a black district. See, and they feel the people who are opposed to this district, they say, well, if you already removed affirmative action, why do we have this?
Mhm.
And that's what the US Supreme Court did in that case, that education case that dealt with affirmative action. And it's a slippery slope. So when you say a free society, are we free? Our
Wow.
freedoms from the 1950s and 60s are gone. And I mean, look at what's happening with education as well. 1954, Brown,
Brown versus Board.
and then look at special education is gone. They've blown it up. The civil rights components of every department is gone, particularly in housing. The 1968 Fair Housing Act. Let me tell you, and you know this more than anyone else. Um, if indeed you wanted to move into a luxurious neighborhood, and you had too many kids, in their opinion, they could stop you and it
Mhm.
wouldn't be challenged. If you were black and they didn't want you in a white neighborhood, it wouldn't be challenged, so you wouldn't get in. They could stop you. So we have free society, free for who? Not for
Who
us.
and this idea of liberation is important to me. This is why the black press, in my mind, has got to be on the front line of everything. One of the questions that we really wanted to ask you was, misinformation and disinformation is out there. Like, there are you can wake up and have an orange head and start a whole podcast and start
Yeah, with
spilling
crazy
out
long
your
hair, with
opinion.
crazy hair and a
And you
long red tie.
and and literally what's happening is people are taking their information from just anybody.
And that's the problem. And
That's
that
the problem. So talk about you being a trusted source, 'cause this is why we did this. Talk about that with the black press.
so let me say this. It's important. Your integrity in this moment is so
Woo.
girl. Oh Lord have mercy. People will try
Yeah.
people will try to knock you. And all you can do is have your receipts and stand because the stakes are too high.
Stakes are high.
The stakes are too high to play these games. I mean, for instance, and I'm just gonna put it out there. Um, we don't know what's happening with our museum, the Smithsonian, the
Mhm.
National Museum of African American History and Culture. That museum, we are really scared. There are right now people trying to file lawsuits, and they are closing in and keeping it so tight. There are so many issues about that museum right now, and people are concerned.
Mm.
And that first story I did, everybody went, "Oh my God." And then when people felt that I got too close, they tried to discredit, and a lot of that momentum left. But they're telling people, do something. We need you to help. But when you go like this, and everybody was like, April was right. I'm like, I wouldn't put it out there. And if people knew how I went about my stories, um,
Mm.
because like uh, Reverend Dr. Shavon Arline-Bradley, yes, she is the head of the NCNW. But guess what? Before that, she was doing stuff during COVID. She was doing stuff, and we've kept in contact with like whatever's going on. Hey, what's going on? Where can I go here? And I always reach my sources. I don't regurgitate another story. I ask people. I
Mhm.
ask people in the know. And what I try to do is get on the record statements. So I have my receipts, right?
Yeah.
It's important. And think about this. how important the black press is today and yesterday. We like to remember Emmett Till, but do you realize why you remember Emmett Till? Because his mama had the boldness to go get the black press and put that ugly fatality, that domestic
For the
terrorism
world to see.
for the world to see. So that, and also, we've been talking about the water ain't been safe to drink for a long time before Hillary Clinton blew it up a couple years ago.
Wow.
We've been talking about this policing thing. It didn't just happen with George Floyd or Mike Brown or Freddie Gray. It's been happening since we were brought here and changed to this nation. Can you say
Mhm.
sheriffing during slavery?
Yeah.
So they want to shut us down. They want to take away our facts and our news and our
Mhm.
history. Not on my watch.
Let's talk about this now, this idea of independence, because you have opportunities. You're teaching, right? You're invest. Come on, I just want to tell the world.
This is
They
my
call her
they gave us
Professor Ryan.
last class.
I love it. I
That's
love the
today,
baby.
USC.
I love it. Shout out to USC. And look, listen, we got the divine. I see my sisters of Alpha Kappa Alpha. I see you D9 sisters coming in. I see you
Hey,
all.
D9 sister.
I
Yeah,
love it. I
I
love it.
love
I love
everybody
it.
to join in because this is about us.
This
All
is about the collective. Talk to
yes.
us about the importance of the press being independent from the government.
Oh my God.
Let's talk about it.
We are not Russia. We are not China. Let me tell you something. I'm not in bed with
Preach.
anybody. I'm not in bed with anybody. And the reason why, let me tell you, look at all of these media organizations. They are now
Yes.
together, one mind meld. And let me
Yeah.
think about this. The reason why we need independent journalists, what happened on No King's Day? We
What
had a
happened?
lot, they could not ignore
Can't.
numbers.
You
They could
can't.
not ignore the numbers. And do you know those pictures came out of mostly came out of independent journalists like Don Lemon with his yellow and black mic. Don Lemon is doing he says, "I've been emancipated now." He's doing the thing on his own. He's hustling like in journalism 101, but he's giving us the news that they won't show us.
Mhm.
That's what independent news is. And when we talk about the Epstein stuff, right? Now, okay, Trump is saying, okay, you can pull the files, but if I'm going down, I'm gonna take Bill Clinton with me. But wait a minute, guess who he's not taking? And guess who he met there? His
Wow.
wife,
Uh-oh.
the
Put
first lady.
uh-oh.
Tam, Tam, Tam.
This is why we need independence, because independence in my mind is a part of that liberation that we're talking about, right? So the ability to engage and take this on. I see folks shouting out Don Lemon in the chat as well. Yeah, we're so
Karen said
proud of
she's
this
got to go. Karen
platform.
said she's got to go. I said, love you, Karen.
Yes. Hey girl. Hey girl. So let's talk about this idea of what you've uncovered. So in the last 28 years,
Mm,
you have seen a lot.
too
What
much.
was the most difficult coverage moment for you? And what was the one that was most rewarding?
Okay, let's start with two of the most rewarding.
Come on.
There are two. When I started, Bill Clinton had offered financial restitution to the black farmers. They didn't get it. Well, the second
Mhm.
part, they didn't get it.
Mhm.
And I kept asking and asking and asking. And John Boyd says, because of my questions, it stayed on the docket or on the radar of the White House.
Mhm.
And guess who ultimately, 17 years later, paid out that black farmer uh, payment, the restitution? Barack Hussein Obama, because he
Wow.
kept asking and asking and asking. The money was a lot. A president said yes, and they didn't. Congress did not put it in there for whatever
Mhm.
reason. And someone said, "I remember that." Yeah, okay. Then, so I'm gonna take you back to the first term of Donald John Trump.
Please.
Do we have to though? But
We
yeah.
do. We do.
The first term of Donald John Trump. Remember that movie that the great Ava DuVernay made?
Origin?
Is that no, no,
Which one?
the one with the Exonerated Five. What was it?
Oh, when they see us
Yeah, When They See Us.
on Netflix. Yeah.
I asked the president, he was going to Marine One. I said, "Sir, you're gonna apologize to the Central Five."
Yeah,
He
yeah.
said, "That's interesting you would ask me that now. Why would you ask that? No, I'm not going to apologize because they said that they were guilty. Now they were young people, they were coerced. We know this now, but
We know the
he
story.
apparently didn't get the news article after printing out full pages that these young boys, these young black
Mhm.
boys, should die the death penalty.
He did.
This was civilian Donald Trump. He says, I don't see why. And the prosecutor then said, duh, 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 duh. I asked because they were exonerated. They were
Mm,
exonerated by DNA and they were exonerated by someone acknowledging that they did it, admitting to the crime.
yeah.
But Donald Trump still felt no. So then I find out a little later on, and you guys may remember, maybe within the year or so. It was oh, I know when it was. It was just before that debate in Philadelphia with Kamala Harris and Donald John Trump. And the lawyer for the uh for the group of guys
Mhm.
wanted to sue Donald Trump. So I got a hold of the lawyer, and the lawyer said, the reason why I'm talking to you out of all the people that I could have talked to you and asked, because that question that you asked Donald Trump opened up
Ooh.
opened up a lane for us to sue him
Mhm.
because he acknowledged, or at least it showed that he had an understanding of something. And the question was posed to him, and what he said. He said something along that line. He said, your question opened it up. I wasn't being paid by anybody.
Mm.
I wasn't. It was just as a black person, as a reporter, that was a big thing. And
Someone
here
who
you have
understands our perspective, right?
right,
Yeah.
you have a man who's the president for all, but yet without all the information, it's going to call for some black men to be killed on
Black
wrong
children
information.
children.
Black children, right? And I remember back in the day when Al Gore called for a moratorium on death penalty cases because of this very thing. So it's like it's over this overtime kind of thing. You watch, but and even with that, okay, I was like, oh my God, my questions do
Wow.
mean something. But here's the next piece. After I asked that question in the first term, I went to the Congressional Black Caucus dinner, the Phoenix Awards, and I went to some little party that they had, CBC had. I think it was at the Peace Museum. And I was getting ready to leave. I was saying goodbye to everybody. And somebody came up to me and said, Can I said, hold on one second. And I said, right. And I said, hey, sir, how are you? He said, my name is Dr. Yusef Salam. I was like, it
Oh.
was Kevin. It was all of my, this is, I can't, Raymond Santana.
Mhm.
And he pulled me to say, he said, I want to thank you. They felt seen in that moment.
Oh my gosh.
I bawled like a baby. I said, Lord, that's when I knew. That's really when I knew. And I mean, even though my family came from an agrarian living in North Carolina and in Maryland,
Mhm.
my mother from North Carolina, my father from Maryland, and the black farmers got their money. I said, oh, I felt proud. But I said, Lord, and both stories were life altering and life changing. And with the black farmers, there were some families that lost families before they got money, lost the people who actually petitioned for the money.
Mm.
This,
Yeah.
there before the grace of God go out, that could have been me or my brother or my
That could have been. It could have been you. Let's
yeah,
stay in this
now
moment though.
Councilman Yus yes, now Councilman Yusef Salaam. Every
He's
time
the councilman now.
yes, of course. And see, that's what I'm saying. God is doing a great work. Through that pain came a fight for justice for others. And if Donald Trump had his druthers, they'd be gone.
Yeah, I think shout out to Brian Courtney Wilson for that note of God is doing a great work. Come on, I want to shout it out now. That was a little bit of
I
a
know that's
moment there.
Jamaica again. That's
A little bit of a moment there.
Jamaica.
Let me just say this for folks that are live in the chat. You can go ahead and put your questions in the chat. Ask April anything. Come on, ask questions. We're not gonna have her too much longer because she's got to catch a flight to leave LA. But listen, I want to say this to you.
Yes, ma'am.
I have watched really this process, and as I've been in this position at NCNW, we have really done our intentional work to ensure that Black media excellence
Thank you.
is personified.
Thank you.
And as I was sharing a story earlier that, when I ran this conversation by April, one thing I mean, your reaction for me was I knew we were doing it right. I knew it was right when you said, "Shavon, you gotta do this."
Yeah.
We gotta do this. And so that is why we're here.
Ida B. Wells was on the board of the NAACP.
One of the founding members.
I love the NAACP. I love all of these organizations,
Yeah.
but we don't have an Ida B. Wells on that board right now.
Wow.
We need an Ida B. Wells in every civil rights organization. And I'm not saying that to be funny, guys. There is a target on Black journalists' back right now. We are the truth tellers.
Mhm.
Do you realize what they did to the Washington Post? Do you realize what they're doing to CBS? Do
Come
you
on.
realize Teen Vogue? I just found out all these Black women were fired at Teen Vogue. They are coming together with this ideology that they feel that we can't report on.
Mm,
We fairly report. I'm tired of it. I'm
yeah,
tired of it. So
yeah.
that's what I'm saying. I'm tired of it.
Well, listen, I see folks that are shouting out Ida B. Wells. When you even say that name, I see all the sections logging in. You all are so awesome tonight. Thank y'all for logging in. I'm live with the one and only April Ryan. I see a question. I'm gonna ask Sister Alva's question. Sister April,
Nothing
how do
really
we
Teen Vogue, yes.
yeah,
Yes.
yes, absolutely. The question was, how do we tap into all of this independent Black journalist movement? How do we tap in as listeners? What do we do? How do we get to you?
So I'm gonna say this. I have a great Substack show through the Contrarian called The Tea with April.
Where was my tea? I had my cup. I
Yeah,
was on
your
the
tea. I know your teacup. Let me see. I'm in the hotel. Hold on. No, so no, seriously, guys, I have a show on Substack called The Tea with April. It's through the Contrarian. It's crazy. You got to be kind to everybody. These folks pulled me in. The
Mm,
majority of them are people I knew back 30 years ago from the Clinton administration. 30
mhm.
years ago. And the contrarian is just exactly what it is. We're to the contrary of what you say, particularly in this moment. And they're working to save democracy.
Yes, they are.
They brought me on. They bring me on every Thursday, but they brought
Mhm.
me on to let those voices like Reverend Shavon, Arline-Bradley, and Mark Morial, and the mayor of Chicago, and Justin and Tennessee Rep Justin Pearson, and
Come on, Justin.
yeah. Oh, come on and speak because a lot of these people are not going on network TV anymore as much as they used to.
Big difference, right? It's changing.
Are you feeling it for real?
Big difference.
And see, here's the thing though. The networks are now contracting. We're not the
Mhm.
issue. That's not what it is. They're not even showing what's happening. Now look at this. We did a compare and contrast last week
Okay.
with the Chicago mayor and the Memphis, Tennessee rep, Justin Pearson.
Mhm.
You kind of see the National Guard in Chicago, what they're doing. The mayor was on talking, but we don't see or hear what's happening in Memphis. And they were able to compare notes on the air live with us.
Wow.
Yes, girl, go back and
That's liberation work.
that's what I'm saying.
That's liberation work.
And like when that situation happened in Mississippi with the young man at that school that they didn't know whether he hung himself or not, we had Derek Johnson of the NAACP on, and they had
Mhm.
heard because they were like, "We had heard about that, but what?" I said, "Got you." And they had been hearing about, well, we've been hearing about this Target thing, but we don't understand it. Got Pastor Jamal Brown. He's been on 2 or 3 times.
Yep.
So we've had Reverend William Barber on. We will put people on who, for the moment, can speak. We've had Barbara Lee. We've had Barbara Lee, the mayor of Oakland, California. We've
Absolutely.
had Karen Bass on.
All these Black women mayors.
Yeah. So we are giving voice to people
Yeah.
who are leaders who've been marginalized in this moment where people who look like you and I don't have a voice anymore. And I refuse to be silent and I refuse to let my people be silent. We have gone through too much. We have built this nation.
Yeah.
Still building this nation. And
I
we the people who are still forming a more perfect union. They like to call out Dr. King. He was forming a more perfect union. And like right now, we are praying for Reverend Jesse Jackson,
oh my gosh, our hearts are there.
Yes. And so they they'll only talk, and it sounds gory, but this is how they'll only talk about Reverend Jackson the last time he takes a breath. Whereas we are lifting his name up now. Reverend Jackson, let me tell you, he was another source. Julian Bond was another source, years ago.
These are the greats. These are the greats, right?
Yes,
These are the ones that we trusted and continue to trust. I gotta ask this question because you're hitting this. I got a chat question.
people are asking the link. Hold on. Let
They
me, I'm going on my phone to give you
You
the
go on
link.
your
Oh,
phone and
I'm
let
going
me
on my
say this.
link. Mhm.
This question is big, April. It says, "Where do you see" I'm gonna get this right now, uh, "the clarity that we can identify who are the right journalists to follow?" What's happening is people are getting confused. They may see a black face, but they not have may not have black context. So is there what do you do? How do you know if somebody is giving the right information or not? And that's a great question
It
because
is a great
it
question.
really is hard to follow. I want to start answering it though. I'm gonna tell you
And
right
I'm
now, NCNW is highlighting some of those voices
Yes,
for you right
yes,
now.
yes.
The reason why we're doing this Black Media Monday moment is because we want the people to see those faces, voices, leaders that not on it's beyond just the research, it's the credibility of the leaders. And you're gonna see more of them that we have over the course over the next year. We're gonna be bringing in folks from all over because the independence allows many of our black journalists to speak truth to power. Any response to that too, April? Any thoughts on that?
So yeah, first of all, I'm sharing the link with as many people.
Absolutely.
Okay, somebody said, April, I'm only to you and Roland, haven't listened to network news since January 6th insurrection. Thank you, my sister. Um,
Shout out to that.
yeah.
Thank you.
And Roland, let me tell you something. Roland taught me, he taught me, he said, look, he said, you have to be out there. And he said, you don't have to just do one thing and do
Right.
it place. And I agree with Roland. But Roland is gonna do what he can do as much. He knows, he's like me, he knows everybody he calls. Matter of fact, he ran to the bedside of Reverend Jackson, you know. I heard he's
Mhm.
there. Everybody was talking about that.
Yep.
But here's what I want you guys to know. And I already see people going on Substack now and following. Thank you. Um, just because people are our skin folk don't mean they're our kinfolk. You have to remember.
Somebody put that in the chat. Absolutely.
Somebody did. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, Roland was the first independent journalist, to be honest with you.
Hmm.
Um, somebody said, April, I brought 4 friends onto your page over the past week. Thank you, my sister.
Thank you.
So what I want you to do is look at those who you respected before. If you listen and think about this. Remember the Tom Joyner morning show? Oh my God.
Who used to ride I used to ride into work every day like
Yes, we trusted Sybil and we trusted Tom and Roland and Tavis at that time, and
Mhm.
we trusted a lot of different people who were on that show who brought us real news. Now it's more jokey. We are not in that time for the jokey. We need jokey along with information to
Yeah.
sustain. I need you to remember those. Find those who you really gravitated with. And two, you also need to know the differenti the whatever, the difference, can't even say the
No,
word.
no, 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 you
The
good.
difference between opinion and fact, because now the line has been obscured, and you
Yeah.
have to find the fact. Find who are those people? Think of those people. For me, it used to be Gwen Ifill, and that's just
Oh, say her
yeah,
name.
say her
We
name.
miss you, Gwen Iverson.
Gwen Ifill, we lift her name up.
She was paramount.
Michelle Miller,
Oh, man.
Michelle Miller. Michelle Miller is now
Mm.
leaving CBS, but
I saw that.
follow her because she could be going independent, but still follow her because
Yeah.
Michelle Norris, Michelle Martin at NPR, um, Jonathan Capehart. Those for me.
Well,
Roland, um,
yeah.
Aisha Roscoe over at NPR for me. There's a young sister at the Washington Post. She did something on Blexit and we reposted her. She's a young, wonderful, dynamic sister.
Wow.
She did something at the Washington Post on Blexit at Howard University's campus. Um, and Don Lemon, of course, he's out in the streets. I like hearing what people have to say. Those men on the streets in this moment are important. And
They are.
of course, Nicole Hannah-Jones, Erica Green at the New York Times. Erica, she's my homegirl from Baltimore. She's a soror. She's good. Uh,
Yeah. I love that you're giving
oh,
us the
Yamiche, yes,
come
yes,
on.
Yamiche, yes,
Please,
yes.
shout out to your Mish. And again, this presence, this ability to have representation is everything. Now we try to keep you to 45 minutes, but I gotta ask this last question before you go. Every Media Monday, we ask our guests this question. So April, you gotta close it out tonight. For the people listening, define Black media excellence.
Oh, Black media excellence doesn't sleep.
Ooh.
Black media
Woo.
excellence is a sponge. Black media excellence has tentacles everywhere,
Yeah.
everywhere, even in the hate, so you know what's coming, so you can warn the people.
Yep.
Black media excellence does not do this for herself or himself. Black media excellence is entrenched in the community and understands the needs, wants, hopes, and dreams for
Mm.
first class citizenship that we're still fighting for. Um, Black media excellence stands on the First Amendment, press freedom, Fourth Amendment.
Press freedom.
Black media excellence understands that the founding fathers put the media, press freedom in the First Amendment, understanding that if the checks and balances didn't work, we got all three branches now like
Mhm.
this. If the checks
Mhm.
and balances didn't work, we were still here.
Yeah.
Understanding that and understanding our job without fear or favor.
Yep.
And the other day, Nicole Hannah Jones made me okay with being afraid. She said, "You can be afraid. You can be afraid, but you have to confront that fear and move on. There's no time to sit and lick your wounds. We got to get up and fight. The only way. This is my fight. This is
Yeah.
how I with information and truth. This is
Yeah.
this is the only way I know how to fight.
Well, listen, I wanna say to you,
Well, no, I can
oh
fight other ways. I'm from Baltimore, but
oh,
anyway.
come on, baby girl. Don't scare the people. Listen, I have to say this is a surreal moment. I'm in the standing right now in the only Black and woman-owned building on Pennsylvania Avenue.
Yes.
Um, and tonight I am full. Tonight's my mother's birthday.
Happy.
Tonight I'm thinking about all the women that have done great things. Happy birthday, mom. Thinking about all the women that have done great things. But April Ryan, you're one of those great women. And so I want to say tonight to you, on behalf of the culture, on behalf of the family, thank you for your truth telling.
Thank
Thank you for not being afraid. And thank you for thinking it not robbery to hang out with your family tonight on Black Media Monday.
Media
We
Monday.
are so proud of you.
Thank
We
you.
love you. And make sure the people know they gotta follow you. So April, tell them about your show, send out the link, tell them where to
Okay.
go tonight.
Sent the link out before. Okay, guys, I need you to follow me. I want y'all to show up on Thursdays at 5 because we sip tea and it's hot. It's piping hot. We knock the pot over all the time. 5 o'clock Eastern. And also we do little specials throughout the week. I think
Mhm.
we've got somebody coming this week that you guys will like. And also follow us on Black Press USA. Black Press USA has been around for in 2 years is 200 years.
Wow.
Black Press USA. Black
Whoa.
USA, please follow us, support us, watch the news because you're not going to get those stories anywhere but anywhere but there. And it's important that you support us. And
Yeah.
again, I am over there doing Substack. Uh, April Ryan, you can find April Ryan, but you'll see my stuff come up.
I
Follow me
love it.
there and also on Black Press USA. And also, don't forget, my husband and I have a candle business. Hello,
Is that Jared Candles?
jaredcandles.com. Jared Candles. Let me tell you something. I got my hands in everything. I teach, I write books. I do, I guess, that Jared Candle thing is my therapy.
Mhm.
After going through all it's not like I said, it's 24/7. You don't sleep.
You don't sleep.
You don't sleep. And I need
Mhm.
something so my mind can calm down because the hurt is so great and there's such a need. We're still living in a time where we have the highest numbers of negatives in almost every category, and we still got to report. So somebody said, "Oh yeah, your candles."
Listen, I see in the chat hashtag Jared Candles. Listen, April Ryan, thank you. I want to just say on behalf of NCNW, we just love you to pieces.
Thank
We can't wait. We're going to be having more guests, y'all. Continue to follow us at NCNW underscore HQ because we're bringing Black media excellence to the forefront. We want you to see who we trust, the names, the voices that we trust. You're going to see some more faces over the next 12 months. It's going to be a lot of fun. Shout out to the Jackson family. We are praying for the Reverend
you.
Jesse Jackson. We are believing that whatever God says, we will trust and believe in it and know that he has done great work. And so we thank God for him. We want to shout out all of you that are watching. I'm seeing everybody giving out love. Go ahead, jump in real quick, April. Go ahead. You
I
want
met Reverend Jesse Jackson doing local news in 1991. And
ah,
who knew that during the Clinton years, he became the architect of bridging the digital divide for Bill Clinton when he was doing
yeah,
the race initiative. Jesse Jackson has freed hostages.
he
He has
has.
worked with, yes, he has
Yeah,
hostages around the world. He worked with Dr. King. He, a lot of those people who worked under him, from Ron Brown, the first Black head
say
of the
Ron's name.
Democratic, National Committee, Mignon Moore, who, oh my god,
Come on, Minnie. Shout out to
Mignon
Mignon Moore.
Moore, Agnes Herman, all sorts of people who come. Jesse Jackson filled that White House in this political space with so many amazing people. His legacy, he's not just somebody who says, "I am somebody." He did one of the yes, he ran for president, but he did one of the biggest massive voter campaigns to get people to register to vote. Guys, Jesse Jackson is more than a slogan. Jesse Jackson is more than just the symbol of Rainbow Push.
Mhm.
Man,
He has been a blessing to us, and
yeah,
we are sending love to him and his family. Y'all continue to pray. Listen, follow us, follow NCNW. We're getting ready, y'all. 2026 is right around the corner. I want to let you know right off the bat, we are on hashtag take it back. We're taking back our democracy. We are doing the work. We're going to be getting people out to vote. Young people, we see you. Our college sections are doing great things. Hey, listen, if you have a college student, we have some applications for some scholarship funds. Check out NCNW, please. The BHCP program is here and ready to roll. So, April Ryan, I love you to
I
pieces.
love you more. Happy birthday, Mom.
Happy
And you
birthday,
know
mama.
and you know who else's birthday is today, Mom?
Who else's birthday?
Ronnie DeVoe from New Edition. If it isn't love, why
You know the new
do I
edition.
feel this way? Why does she stay on?
Happy birthday, Ryan DeVoe. Karen is so happy right
I'm
now.
telling you, let me tell you something. What everybody doesn't know, there's a certain group of us that run around the country to follow,
Following new edition.
and it's
They
crazy.
turn into 13-year-old girls. They go,
Oh
they
my
go nuts.
God.
They
I
go nuts.
in Vegas the last time, the daggone jacket, one of their sequins jackets jumped out and grabbed my hair. It got stuck in the jacket. I don't know whose jacket it was. If
So we gotta get joy somehow. We gotta get our
I
joy now.
know
I love you, girl. God bless y'all.
more. Thank you.
Good night, NCNW. Thank y'all for coming. It was crazy tonight. Love y'all.